The story of the RMS Titanic is one of the most famous and tragic of that in history. A tale of ambition, luxury, and a disaster that shocked the world. In the early 1900s, shipbuilders wanted to create the greatest ship ever made. The Titanic was built by Harland and Wolff in Belfast. It was massive, luxurious, and designed to be the safest ship of its time. Many people even believed it was unsinkable. The Titanic was owned by White Star Line, and it was meant to carry wealthy passengers across the Atlantic Ocean in unmatched comfort. Inside the ship were grand staircases, fine dining halls, swimming pools, and rooms that looked like royal palaces. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic began its first journey from Southampton to New York City. On board were over 2,200 passengers and crew members, including some of the richest people in the world, as well as immigrants hoping for a better life in America. For the first few days, everything went smoothly. The sea was calm, the weather was clear, and passengers enjoyed music, food, and luxury. But danger was silently waiting ahead. On the night of April 14, 1912, the ship received several warnings about icebergs in the North Atlantic Ocean. However, the Titanic continued at high speed. Late that night at around 11:40 p.m., the lookout spotted an iceberg directly in the ship's path. It was too late. The Titanic struck the iceberg. The impact tore open the side of the ship, allowing icy water to flood into its compartments. Although the ship was designed with safety features, it could not survive such damage. At first, many passengers didn't realize the seriousness of the situation. Some believed it was just a small accident, but soon the truth became clear. The Titanic was sinking. Lifeboats were prepared, but there was a major problem. There were not enough lifeboats for everyone. Women and children were given priority, while many others had to stay behind. Panic began to spread as people realized they might not survive. The band on the ship continued to play music to calm the passengers, even as the ship slowly tilted into the freezing ocean. In the early hours of April 15, 1912, the Titanic broke apart and sank into the depths of the Atlantic Ocean. More than 1,500 people lost their lives in the disaster, making it one of the deadliest maritime tragedies in history. Rescue ships arrived later, including the RMS Carpathia, which saved over 700 survivors. The tragedy of the Titanic shocked the entire world. It led to major changes in maritime safety, including better lifeboat regulations and improved communication systems. The story of Titanic teaches us powerful lessons. Even the greatest creations can fail. Overconfidence can lead to disaster. Safety should never be ignored. Human courage shines even in the darkest moments. Today, the Titanic remains a symbol of both human ambition and human tragedy. Over a century later, its story still lives on, reminding us that nature is always more powerful than anything we build.